this game.
Exactly,
Losers
just like
bracket
me.
Quarters. We've got loser bracket quarters. Legacy versus Raving Raptors.
And we have a pause straight out the gate there,
Into a
unfortunately.
pause. And real quick, Gabu has actually gone for Spell Thief's Edge right here. So, got to see if he's going to.
Yeah, I'm really not a fan of that.
Yesterday, where you buy the Spell Thieves and then just instantly undo it and go for the coin, which we saw yesterday.
More than a little bit archaic.
Was it Dexter that did that yesterday on Lulu?
I think so.
I think it was. Not sure. It was either Dexter or Eon. In any case.
Probably, but either way, yeah. You know, the spell thief's quite archaic, even got nerfed. It's even not great on Nami because she can't proc it more than once with her W in lane now. Because of the nerf. Well, you can, but it's to take 3 seconds in between.
Yeah, it takes a while.
Which is not going to happen with Nami because her W is pretty instantaneous. Unless she gets some sick airtime on that wave. I don't think the ebb and flow is gonna be doing you any favors in that regard. Now, you see a lot of support start with coin instead because the gold gen is so much higher. But yeah, okay, fair enough if he's gone for it. Maybe it helps him get to his Ardent Sensor faster. Maybe it helps him get Unknown Patient into a position to carry. But regardless, I'm not a massive fan of this as it turns out.
Yes, not too great for Gabu down there. We also see that Gabu going for the Wind Speaker's Blessing. So again, normally if you see someone going for that AP item, they tend to go for Thunderlords, play it a bit more aggressively.
Well, on Nami, I think you always want Wind Speakers regardless. But yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I do like Wind Speakers on Nami, obviously. I think we could have seen Kalista go for like the cleanse or the barrier, and Nami go for heal here. Because I don't think she's going to be getting in range of Xayah to drop the exhaust. It's nice to have exhaust for when TF ults in, but I think I would rather have seen Kalista take the cleanse and then Nami just go for the heal. Because you get more heal from the Wind Speakers and through Redemption and Ardent Sensor.
Well, the Ardent Sensor, you've got a. Oh wait, are you talking like Ardent Sensor gives healing buffs, or are you talking?
It gives the healing buff, yeah.
Okay, I thought you like it gets benefited by Wind Speakers. I'm like, yeah, by 0.3 HP or something.
No.
Not too hot, but
I'm talking about the Summoner spell heal. If your support takes it, gets benefit from these passives. Nice trade here, but unfortunately Nara on the tail end of that.
Yeah, not coming out too hot there, but it's alright. He's just gonna heal up out of that one. Got a bit of lifesteal there with his Doran's Blade. And something important to note is that Unknown Patient starting with his bubble, and also both junglers starting bot side, so no one gets like an early.
Yeah, you should always be starting W on Nami, but I think because there was an engage at level 1, he decided to skill it.
Make a pick, but nothing really came of it.
But now the early lane suffers. You should really be out trading hard against a Rakan and a Xayah, because Rakan doesn't really have a laning phase. Well, he does obviously, but it's nowhere near as spectacular as any of these other Ardent Sensor supports. Yeah, but it's really unreliable, and if he misses it, then he's pretty messed up.
It would have been really nice, actually, for the Raving Raptors if their bot lane didn't have to leash and they could just sit in that tri-bush and try and maybe catch Legacy on the way out of their jungle.
Certainly, that would have been more conventional start of having Zac start of the Raptors, maybe have a Q from TF, or sorry, a red card from TF, because TF starts W level 1. But obviously it didn't pan out that way, so we had a bottom start, and perhaps we will see both junglers meet towards this top lane as you see both of them posturing to begin to clear their topside jungle. It's important to know that TF has shoved in Ahri early, which means that we could see Sejuani make some sort of a visit towards the mid lane at some point.
Indeed, she could. Of course, Donut Dominator is going to have that cleanse, so worst case scenario, he blows tops both his summoners, but most likely he actually only will have to use the cleanse, depending on how close he lets Palu get. But like you said, both junglers moving up to that top side. Neither one starting their chickens, even though Palu did start bot side, so they will both be level 3 tops when they get to this lane. But I think that's definitely beneficial for Palu on the side of Legacy, because a level 3 Zac, that slingshot does not have a lot of range.
You know, after Tiamat completion, Jarvan does actually have kill pressure on Nar for a brief period of time.
Yeah,
it's pretty fun.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm seeing a bit of an engage. The grand entrance coming out, the ignite coming out as well. Flashing forward both members of the Raving Raptors as the kill is picked up by Dexterluke. First blood showing us the power of the Zyrakan all in.
Really, really nice connect on the grand entrance. Bit disrespectful of Gabu to not flash that or to be hit by it to begin with. Nami postured forward a little bit, I think, to just place that ward in the second brush. But unfortunately, she did get caught on the tail end of that. And in response, the ignite came down.
There's a lot of confidence from Dexter, throwing out the ignite the second he lands.
Counter jungling.
Comes on him to steal away the Grom.
Yeah, and you see this a little bit of a lull for Jarvan where he just...
Oh, sling him. I could have pulled him onto the basket. I wouldn't have done anything at all, but comedic effect.
Yeah. So yeah, we're at this point where Na's gonna start to bully Jarvan early on. But I think after level 6, after Tiamat, Jarvan really does have kill pressure on this Na for a brief window of time anyway. You see Zach just moving to clear his Raptors, and then I do believe he will go for some sort of rotation mid. Unfortunately, no tower aggro there during the knock-up duration onto Na, otherwise that would have been a much more advantageous trade for the Jarvan here.
Yeah, could have gone a bit better for Fragboy, but end of the day, damage is damage, so he is okay with it. Vortex not recalling yet, still just hanging around in his top side jungle. Gonna go and take away his Krugs, and when he does that, he will...
Do you think we could see Pulu make a rotation towards the spot lane now that Zaya and Rakan have no flashes?
Indeed, we could. A lot of summoners down, only going to be heal available for Mechanics and Flash for Unknown Patient. There is a pink ward in that tri-bush, however, as for lane now...
That's for them though. Gabu and...
They can try for a lane gank, because there are no wards in any bushes.
They've tri-bush control, so I do believe that... Oh no, Sejuani just pinged that she's coming mid lane for TF.
Both of their wards. My mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, Donut Dominator going to go ahead and recall in that mid lane. 1200 gold, so can get a Catalyst. Could get a Blasting Wand, could get a Sheen. A lot of options available. Going to be the Catalyst. Probably going to see him go for the Rower again this time round. We've already seen him pick that up once, picking it up on that Twisted Fate yesterday. And ended up coming in quite clutch in the very final team fight. We saw the
exactly
on him, and the health just kept him alive. As we now see Halu moving on in towards the bot lane.
Here comes Sejuani.
No level 6, might not need it. Arctic Assault still up as Dexterluke just trying to peel. Battle Dance going to get him out as Mechanics fighting it back. The Arctic
Zach's on the way, teleport came through.
Halu is so low and Gary is here. Level 5 only, but he has the Nava. A bit
Darvin.
of teleport from Fragboy, but he's still here. Nonetheless, Grand Entrance going to knock up and guarantee the kill onto Gabu. And it looks like the Raving Raptors are just going to calm it down after that one. They are okay with getting one kill, but as I say that, Donut Dominator starts to pass on down with his destiny.
Not only did you get one kill, you got 2 flashes and the teleport out of Jarvan. That is incredibly important considering you realize that they only traded their own teleport for it. They got a kill, they got the flash on Callisto, which is fantastic to have when you have Zac on your team. They got the flash out of Sejuani, which is great for TF's lane phase now because he doesn't get flash ulted or flash queued by Sejuani. And you got Jarvan's teleport, which is just spectacular in general. You've traded teleports, and Na, at the moment, flourishes in that split push. He's got his stage, so not under threat from the Tiamat. You were saying?
It's also really good that the kill actually went to Gary, because normally you don't really want it to go to your top laner, but when both of them blow their teleport, who's Donut throwing out a bit of hurt,
charm onto the minion.
Charm onto the melee critical. But when both top laners have used their teleport, that goes back to being an island, you know, for the next 5 minutes. Neither of them are interacting with anyone else really, as junglers will look to play around the bot side, play around this Infernal Dragon. Dexter looking to play around another kill.
Nami?
Gabu just takes the Grand Entrance in, gets the knockout once again, instantly throws down the Ignite, and another bit of disrespect from Gabu with all 3 of his team's deaths at this point.
That's quite unfortunate for the Nami here. Well, I guess fortunately, the Ardent Sensor build is pretty strong in the sense that your power spike's still going to be there, yeah. So it delays it a little bit, but you still find. Here comes TF.
Trying to get the slows down onto Polo, but not going to be enough.
Jarvan getting zoned a little bit by this Mega Gnar in the top lane. Here comes Mini Gnar. Jarvan all in?
Yeah, there is no rage bar available for Gary. He's still looking to play it aggressively, getting that hyper proc. The flash not going to be enough, and Fragcoid will go down solo killed by Gary.
I would have liked to see Jarvan just go for the all-in there on the Mini-Gnar, given that Mini-Gnar is quite squishy and you're not getting away from him, especially when he has his flash up anyway. Gary did not even need to flash, and I think Fragcoid definitely had a chance to turn that, just from the raw damage of the Tiamat, of the Cataclysm, of the Dragon Strike.
Yeah, there was a chance, bearing in mind that Gary was all tired out, as it were. Did have no rage.
Just like you after yesterday's games.
Yeah.
See Zach taking the red.
Like 5 times in the middle of the night.
Me too. I got your text saying if I'm not up by 8:30, please call me.
Yeah, and you didn't call me at all.
Well, you put in the group chat at 1:15. I was like, alright, here we do have Ari rotating towards the bot lane. Or not, as the case may be.
2 pink wards, actually.
I mean, TF is level 6, we could see a play come off of this.
Oh, he's farming mid.
Sejuani's rotating bot.
Okay, it's okay.
Dude, I'd screen lag and got scared my graphics card would die again.
It's okay to have a bit of downtime. We can have a bit of pillow talk, that's alright.
It's not Zane.
Time frowned. I don't know, actually, it is moving down towards the blue buff.
As you do. Now moving down towards the bot lane, holding hands with Vortex here. Could we see a play off this? Sejuani's in the tri-bush. Take it away, Doctor.
Everyone is on a pink here, so Polo actually going to spot it out now. I know Donut's here, nobody knows that Vortex is in the area. We see Miku Killer running down. Teleport's not up yet, but Fragcoids will be up first.
Twisted Fate!
Now caught on out, but he has the cleanse, and Dexter
Quickening!
Another knock up. Here comes Vortex on the back, just tearing through the members of the bottom lane as Polo takes a full Feather Storm to the
nice Sacco!
Nice route onto Unknown Patient, takes him down as well, and it's a clean 2 for 0.
3 for 0.
Oh yeah, Polo died as well.
Polo died at the start of the fight to the Feather Storm, and then Unknown Patient and Gabu were both pulled in by Zac. Vortex did such a great job there to just hold off the bot lane of this LYG lineup towards the bottom side of that tri-bush while the rest of his team focused down on Sejuani. He then altered them back into his team, and then the 4v2 ensued, and they basically just got collapsed upon, and that feels so bad to be behind as Kalista early on, because you don't have these late game power spikes that the Xayah has, that Tristana has, that the Kog'Maw has, that the Twitch has. You have mid game that you're currently being hampered from getting to.
Yeah, Xayah is scaling not really all too much. Now the ward will spot out that the dragon has been started, and there is not a lot of burst from a Zac and Rakan. Donut Dominator has eyes on the prize, looking to maybe move on down.
Infernal Drake!
A steal has the E burst, but here's the teleport from Gary, and he does have that Naba. The engages do not connect, and Miku is held up on the backline. Polu is just too squishy, and he will go down. The same we said.
Mini-Gnar!
Donut Dominator just looking to get the solo as Fragcoid gets a huge ult across 3 people, but at the end of the day, he's still 1v5.
That is a clean
Unknown getting out alive, but that Destiny comes through first of the game, and another kill for Gary.
Yeah, well, really clean fight there. You saw the teleports come in, but ultimately it was fruitless. They started the Drake, they let the Drake reset. They then proceeded to take down 5 members of the LYG lineup. And honestly, that's what happens when you fight without the Spirit Rush being available, without the Glacial Prison being available.
You
sure.
me yesterday.
Yeah. Okay. Nami wasn't level 6 yet, which was really integral as well. Maybe the wave would have changed the pace of that fight entirely. The only ult that they had available was the Jarvan ult. Now, in comparison,
pretty nice Jarvan ult.
Yeah, no one else had ults available either, to be fair, or they did but didn't use them on the enemy team. But when there's an innate item advantage already, your ultimate's advantage are what you're going to want to be using to leverage the fights in your favor.
A few ultis burned, but at the end of the day, that is a very profitable fight for the Raving Raptors. And now it's like they're about to see
here goes Jarvan.
In terms of profit, as Fragcoid completely disrespecting that Xayah Rakan lane. So now Raving Raptors have to pick up their 2nd tower, already getting that first blood just after that Inferno.
Fragcoid's just got AD and a little bit of health now, as I think he's building towards his Black Cleaver or his Titanic Hydra. And as such, he just gets completely shredded by this Xayah when she's been put in this position to carry.
He is a very squishy boy.
Dude, this bot lane, 2012, 2010, and 309. Part of 12 of 13
That's
kills.
Kill participation if I ever saw
That
it.
is spectacular. I think the only one they missed out on was Nars solo kill. Yeah.
Everything else they've been part of, they now pick up their third tower, just getting 2 in a row up top, and Miku, maybe a bit of trouble, has Palu with him, but Donut dominates around on the backside. A nice stun, but it's not going to be enough. The gold card was already out, and Palu...
Good bubble, but
Flash.
ultimately not enough. Now, they could still turn this if they land a good Cataclysm into Sejuani ult, into Nami ult.
Ah, Sejuani not available,
And
and
of Kalista.
Gabu's still level 5 at 13 minutes.
I feel so bad, but you have to remember that he has been the focus of the enemy team. He's 0-5-0 now.
Yeah, I mean, Raving Raptors has just been completely punishing such a squishy champion, as most enchanters are. As Gabu finally hits level 6, but yeah, every time Gabu has overstepped, it's just taken a grand entrance to the face as that Rift Herald will be picked up and put the buff onto Vortex. And in my opinion, the best person to put it on is going to be a jungler. The person who needs their trinket the least, well, he has blue smite. If he had the green smite, then definitely best to put it on the jungler. Maybe a bit better to put it on the ADC if the jungler doesn't have green smite. Not 100%, but in case of Vortex, will pick that one up for himself. And now, seems to me that Raving Raptors is just going to run it down mid.
Exactly, and you see them just posturing to really close out this game, when possible. They've got their early lead, they're not letting up on the pressure, they're sieging on all lanes, and they still have the Rift Herald. Drop it mid lane, just hardcore shove, and no one's going to be able to contest you. Here comes Zach.
Pretty good spot as Vortex charging on up, but not choosing to take the slingshot this time around. Gary just chilling in the 1v2, Eing on in, but I don't know if he knows that Palu is there, but there's a lot of damage coming out onto Fragoid. They're fighting by a wall, and that's a fight he's going to take. The Gnar takes down one, and now Palu is just having his armor annihilated. Gary trying to run him down, but his cooldown's not quite up. Not enough health to go for the dive, but
comes Twisted Fate.
Vortex can't say the same about Dominator. He takes the Destiny in, and he picks up a kill as well. This is 16-0, a 12,000 gold lead.
They are putting on a clinic.
15 minutes.
Still got the Rift Herald, by the way.
They can have 1,000 gold per minute lead. As we now see Gabu throw out his first wave of the game in 15 minutes, trying to get a bit disengaged. Dominator walking very
Still got Rift Herald.
Indeed, they do. Herald is available. I'm just going to throw it down now. Gary running into that mid lane, looking to get a push. He does have his teleport available, but actually the surrender at 15
Wow.
coming out from Legacy. No, I want